Hi, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sabrina Aries. I am the founder of DeRose Development Consultancy. I'm doing this video to give some background and share really about our purpose in the Building Resilience course that I'm about to start delivering from November. I have been telling people about resilience and training people in sort of well-being, mental health, emotional literacy, emotional intelligence, cognitive behaviour approaches, and all these things for many, many years. I was a youth worker and educator since the late 90s, working in youth offending, working in pupil referral units and exclusion units, and working with excluded youth and in the community and all across the place, and doing lots of sort of gang work, lots of, you know, anti-weapons work and those kinds of things. And the thing that I found over the years is that actually all of the work we did with young people in that limited bit of time we had where we were working with them face to face, a few hours a week or whatever, just as much as we could have a great impact. And some of the young people I've worked with have gone on to do such amazing things, and I'm so proud of them. But it became very apparent to me that actually working with the families of these young people, making it much more holistic, equipping parents to continue the work that we're providing in the home, so there's some consistency. I feel that that part was lacking, and it was a frustration for us because we weren't equipped and we weren't funded to be able to do that kind of work. So fast forward, 20 something years, I'm here as a self-employed person. I deliver training and development, and I work with lots and lots of people with regards to mental health recovery. I do lots of coaching. And the thing I'm finding is actually the same problem that I kept coming across back in my public sector employment days. So my personal journey to becoming self-employed really centers around my daughter's journey and her diagnosis with a serious life-limiting heart condition called dilated cardiomyopathy. When my daughter was ill and diagnosed, I was working in education, and I subsequently lost my job because I just couldn't do that and be the mum carer that she needed. So my duty as a parent carer overtook my role as an educator, and I lost my role and became a full-time carer. Over time, I realised that I needed to do something more, and I established my business. So this video is really about introducing you to the journey our family had that created the DeRose brand and what we're trying to do now with regards to improving resilience for parents, children, families, and the wider community, because there is an automatic knock-on effect. And we have witnessed it and been party to it in our own development, our family. And this whole process is about bringing all of my professional skills and background and using them in a way that enhances and supports families who are having similar experiences to the emotional journey that we had. So I'm just going to share I've got some photographs. I'm going to do a little presentation, show you guys the journey we've had, because I feel like sometimes the photographs tell a lot more than just me chatting to you would be able to. So this is my superhero, Aaliyah. And this picture was actually taken maybe 2 months before she was diagnosed. She was ill at this time, but we didn't know it. In her diagnosis, we actually got rushed. I'm not going to tell the whole story of the background of how we got there, but it took us a long time to get her a diagnosis. We got diagnosed with lots of other things. When we did finally get her proper diagnosis of the cardiomyopathy and how ill that made her, she was in multiple organ failure at this stage in this picture, wired up to lots of machines. It was the most terrifying moment of my life. And it took all of the strength I had to get us through those few days. Aaliyah was amazing. She was strong and capable and very resilient in that time. And so was I. I didn't feel it, but that's what we had to be and what we had to do, to be there for each other. So we were given quite bad news. We were told, you know, she had sort of 3 days. If she didn't recover from the medication, there would be some kind of surgical intervention they'd have to do, and they couldn't guarantee that it would be successful because of how late or how far the condition had progressed at this point. Being the little superstar that she is, obviously, she pulled through without any surgery. She just responded very well to the medication and had the right kind of, you know, the positive mental attitude and hopefully the support that we as a family were able to provide her with got us through the next week of intensive care, to which point she was able to sit up and engage and do some stuff, which we weren't convinced was going to happen at the beginning of this process. So this is what makes Aaliyah a superhero, is that continued determination, stubbornness to get past the challenges that she faces. Even while we were in hospital, and you can see she was, you know, quite ill, we were building her back up. The medication was working. She had her appetite back. She was resting better. Her breathing was improving, and it appeared that we had no long-term lasting damage to any of the organs other than her heart, which was an amazing result because there could have been sort of long-lasting liver and kidney damage, which would have changed our diagnosis significantly. We finally got home like a few weeks from being in intensive care and then a high intensity unit, and then we were very happy to be home, but with really limited access to stuff, you know, how fast she could walk and lots of medications, and, you know, an appointment 4 days, no, yeah, about 4 days after we got home, I had to go back again. So it was home, but not full-time home. We were back and forth to hospital a lot. We tried to like engage with normal family, everyday life and figure out how to incorporate that new information, you know, these medication regimes and the limitations that put on Aaliyah's engagement with just doing normal stuff. But yeah, we did try, and she did an amazing job. We were back and forth to hospital. That visit was not the first, it was the, you know, the first proper one, but it definitely wasn't the last. We probably visited hospital once a month with a stay over for the next few months. Definitely, she ended up having to have her tonsils removed, but that was like not a normal process. It meant staying in for a couple of weeks because the medication's on for her heart needed to be monitored. And we've probably done a visit, you know, a stay for at least a week or two every year since diagnosis. Usually down to her needing to change medications, and as she, I think as she grows, the development of the medication needs to be managed, you know, to link to her size and her, you know, height she puts on and stuff. And sometimes it just, the medication doesn't catch up to where she's at, and she gets poorly, so we end up staying in hospital for, you know, a week or two. And then this year she's actually been in overnight during the whole COVID lockdown to have a defibrillator device fitted. It sits sort of just under her armpit and is wired up so that if she was to go into cardiac arrest, the device will, touch wood, give her the zap she needs without having to wait for an ambulance. So they're very effective machines, and lots of people have them, and we're very lucky that she has been and had that, and is going to provide her a bit of a safety net to help manage her condition moving forward. So hospitals are a natural part of our life now. All of this happened, and within, I think, about 18 months, Aaliyah had got involved with a national charity called Cardiomyopathy UK, who offered us an amazing amount of support through our journey and understanding what the condition was like and knowing what questions to ask the doctors, and when we were in hospitals and stuff, being able to talk to other people who were going through the process similar, or had been through the process similar to what we've been through. Since then, Aaliyah's been involved with their youth panel, and she, you know, is here in magazines. She raises awareness and she raises funds for Keach Hospice, as well as for Cardiomyopathy UK and other charities along the way as well. She is everything that a resilient person needs to be, and that's not because she's resilient 100% of the time. You know, we have lots and lots of mental health dips, we have lots and lots of challenges, anxiety, and the repercussions of living through something so traumatic have left marks for both of us. But being able to move forward and promote, even though it's uncomfortable for her, even though I know my child finds these kind of magazine articles, interviews, just all this promotional stuff, I know she finds it uncomfortable, but she actually understands, even at the young age of sort of 14, 15, when she first started, the importance of having that recognition available for other young people in similar circumstances, by going through her discomfort and allowing herself to be photographed and talking to people about what's going on, so that it can be shared for other young people to say, oh, I'm not on my own. It's not just me. There are other people who understand what's happening and what it feels like. So it's a wonderful group of young people from Cardiomyopathy UK Youth Panel, provide peer support, they do fundraising, they do awareness raising, they've run events, national events for other young people, and generally just, doing great work to support what it is to be a young person with A, an invisible disability, B, the mental and physical health challenges that come with that, and doing something that's not just about you, doing something that's about a wider community and bigger purpose, I think has a massive impact on how we cope with the challenges that we face as a family. So you may have seen us, we did a Countryfile show in 2019. It was a brilliant experience. The BBC Children Need People were awesome. The Countryfile presenters and filming crew were amazing and really friendly and supportive. We had a great day. It was challenging, and there was a bit of Leah had an episode, a bit of a moment with her heart and stuff, but actually, it was an amazing experience, which we wouldn't change. And the best bit about, my daughter's superhero powers is that she brings all of these people together to create something that is so much bigger than herself. And the key part for me about how we then move forward to build, to teach people and support parents to build this kind of resilience for their children. They don't have to go through something as serious as being diagnosed with a life-limiting heart condition, or do anything as extreme as go on live TV talking about their mental health. But by building small steps towards resilience for our children, building a kind of lifestyle and behavior and self-awareness that allows our young people and our children to grow up with the skills to be able to manage and cope and strategize around the problems that we face day to day in life. That's the purpose. That's the reason that we feel this is a really valuable and important part of our family journey. So I talk about us and our as if there's a whole team of us. And that's because although I do the presentation and I do the training delivery, there is a team of us. I don't do this by myself. Between, my partner, my child, my parents, our wider family, my closest friends, we wouldn't be where we are now without having that support network. So part of what we aim to do with our training delivery is to help you find ways to build those networks. And it hasn't got to be traditional, families. We build our tribe. We build the family that we require and who we can support and encourage and who are on the same wavelength as us. So over time, we have a whole raft of amazing support people around us who provide us all kinds of different kinds of support. So someone you can pick up the phone to, somebody who will maybe cook a meal for your family if you're not in a position to be able to do that. I mean, we had amazing food runs brought to us when we were in hospital, because everyone knows hospital food's not amazing. You know, those kinds of support, if we can do that for each other, we can really start building that natural resilience within our communities. So I just wanted to share kind of a little bit more about our journey, because I talk a lot about our resilience journey, and I talk a lot about the thing, you know, and I kind of do it in a way as if everybody knows, and I know that not everybody does. So I thought sharing some of this with you guys would just help you really recognize what it is we're trying to do and our purpose for working in this way and where it's come from. I look forward to your comments and your feedback, and I will be doing a few more of these videos going forward. I really appreciate everybody whose pictures I've stolen, and all of the kind of content that we've pulled together, just to give you a taste of the process and resilience journey that we've been on to get to where we are now. So enjoy the rest of your week. I know it's half term, so everybody should be finding something enjoyable to do with their families, I hope. And yeah, comment, share the video, visit the webpage. We look forward to engaging with you.